Housing and stock market keep pace. Last week I read an article in the San Jose Mercury News that a $15,000 home bought in 1956 in San Mateo County sold for $2 million just now. And they said the housing market is crazy. Hi, I'm Amol Heda with Keller Williams Bay Area Estates and author of Thriving Through Ownership. So this was the headline. A $15,000 home bought in 1956 was sold for $2 million in just now. So in 65 years, we have seen the home price grow from 15 to 2 million. I then started thinking, let me put it in perspective. And I calculated the compounded annual growth rate, which is you take the growth rate, compound it every year, and keep compounding for the entire period, which is 65 years in this case. It was only 7.82%. The S&P has done 10.9%. Now mark, real estate 7.82% and S&P 10.9%. So the stock market wins hands down. But when we buy a home, we buy with only 20% down typically. And that 20% down is all that we put of our own money. So if you look at that, $3,000 invested by the person to buy that home became $2 million or $1,997,000. So that CAGR works out to 10.58%. Fine? Now next step. But the homeowner who bought this home lived in the property. Hence, they saved the rent. And the amount of rent saved. So I did a little cursory calculation here, and I thought that today the going rents in the neighborhood are about $4,500. And each year rent goes up 7%. So I backtracked to 1956 and I found that the rent must have been $40 in 1956. I added all the rent up and it was $765,000. I added this rent to the $2 million home price. That turns out to be $2,765,000. That's what the homeowner made. Even after that, the CAGR is just 11.9%. 11.9 is pretty good, but it's not atrocious. It's keeping pace with the stock market, just doing a little better. I'm just telling you, you should buy a home, but don't think, it keeps pace with how the stock market is doing, but at the same time, it's not going way off. Talk to you on my next one. Bye.